Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 3 and we are going to present scoring writing. But before we start our presentation, let me introduce our group. I'm Aprilianti and my partners are Elsa Sapitri, Junior and Amdiko Syaputra. Let's start our presentation. There are 4 writing that we want to assess, and to assess this writing, we use a rubric from Jana Smith 2014. It is with considerable regret that I read of your recent unfortunate experience while traveling with British Rail. I offer you my sincere apologies and hope that experience will not be repeated. I have investigated your first complaint concerning the late departure of the train and have been commanded by my handle staff that the reason of the delay on the day in question was purely technical. Faulty instruments had to be replaced and thoroughly checked before the train could depart. I am sure you will appreciate the necessity of maintaining equipment as we are not only concerned with providing a good service but also with keeping a high standard of safety. Okay, let's assess the writing. First is content. Okay, I think the paragraph is unified, with unity develops a single idea truly and links it to the rest of it. The main ideas is clear, that writer and company feel regret about the customer bad experience, and also the writer add a supporting sentence like the explanation why the accident can happen. So I think the score is 3. The next is organization. Paragraph is coherent. Each sentence flows smoothly into the next without obvious skip or jumps, or we can say smooth transition. But if we talk about organization, it's also about the structure of the writing. But I think the writer missed one of the structure. It is closing. Actually, I think usually it has an opening and then the content and closing, but there is no closing of the writing. So let's make it 2. And then word choice. It seems that the writer have a lot of vocabulary. The writer tried to not write the same vocabularies like late and delay. Late and delay have a similar meaning, but the writer do not write the same vocabulary like late departure, delay departure. Let's make it 3. The next is convention. At the first paragraph, traveling with British Rail. I think it's not suitable. Traveling with. The correct one is traveling by British Rail. Traveling by. And then the comma. There is a comma for second paragraph. The day in question, comma, was. I think it's not suitable if add comma between subject and verb. And there is also a good service but I think it's more suitable if the writer add comma between servers and bot. But actually in spelling, I'm not sure that the all of the spelling is correct or are correct or not, because this writing almost unreadable. We make effort to read it and then we guess it. So I'm not sure if the spelling are correct or not. So just make it two. And the last is reader's takeaway. I clearly understand what the writer want to deliver to that customer who sent the complaint. So they feel regret and hope that this accident will not happen to the customer again. And I think it make it 3. So the score of the first writing is 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 and plus 3 it 13, and so 94. Okay, next. Okay, let's move to the next presenter Mdiko Syaputra.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am the second for the text 2. Thank you for your letter of June 5. I would like to apologize sincerely for the inconvenience caused as a result of the faulty condition of our service. Due to the shortage of trains in our company, trains traveling from London often doesn't depart on time. However, we are now recruiting large numbers of new trains, and I am certain that trains will be on time in the near future. At the same time, we are also negotiating with a bus company to provide bus service at the train stations. I am sure that you will have no trouble in finding transportation for the train station. I had examined the food sample you've sent with your letter. I was most astonished to find its poor quality. I assure you that I will investigate into a matter immediately. Please accept my sincere apologies. I assure you that you will not encounter such inconvenience in the near future. Okay, the first is content. I think it is 2. The main idea may be clear and then very good, and then second, organization, I think it's 3. The words in the text are connected and I don't feel confused by each word. And then word choice, I think 3. The words are commonly used in daily, so we are easy to understand. And then conventions, I think 3. The writing is clear. And then reader's takeaway, I think 3, because we understand the writer's mean. Okay, 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and then 14, and the score is 97. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Go to next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Junior. I want to keep score of this text. The first is content. In this text, the main idea is somewhat clear, but needs more development throughout the piece. So for this, the score is 18. And next, the second is organizations. This text is somewhat organized and flows in some spots. Some transitions words are used, but there are a few places where the reader gets confused as to what is happening. So for this, the score is 16. And the third is the word choice. This text contains some sophisticated words that are somewhat used appropriately. So for this, the score is 17. And next, the fourth is conventions. Here in this text, there is error in spelling, namely appreciates, and also there are some errors in punctuations. For this, the score is 17. And the last, reader's takeaway. The takeaway message is relevant and clear to almost all readers of this piece. So for this, the score is 20. Okay, the total score of this text is 88. Okay, I think that's all for me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Elsa Safitri. Now, in this video, I will explain about explain about the score rubric in the writing letters. So, before it, I will read the letter first. The letters is thanks for your letter, which we received recently. We should be grateful about your complaints in our service. I would like to revert on your compliments, and I really apologize to you, even our customer too. I would like to make any suitable good and available cost when it's necessary. Due to the hour service, I cannot do nothing. Perhaps it's caused by me engine and something else. Anyway, I think it could not be happen every our service letter. I should like to make you to make any suitable or politely letters, even though we make any available service. So now the next is I will give a score about all of the writing letters. The first is content. I give score 3 because the content is good and a clear letter, but details are almost complete. There are solution and closing at the letters is very good, but there are some the wrong sentence. Okay. And the second, organization, I give 3 at scores because the transition of the word are used connected, like thanks for your letter which we received it recently. And for the next sentence, the writer write we should be grateful. Okay, so after next and we should be grateful, it's connected transition and done. And for the first sentence and the second sentence is coherence. And the third is word choices. In word choices, I give 2. The piece of content through sophisticated word, there are some distraction words. So because the letter is handwritten, so there are some words are not read clearly. There are some words that I cannot read, and maybe some readers cannot read. Like it's look like the writer write the letter is done in hurry. Like I should like to in the closing letters. I should like to. There are the words that we cannot read after to. And then there is the next letter is polytely letters to and even. In the middle of to and even there's the word that some readers can read. Okay, the next is convention. I give 2 score because there are some 4 until 6 errors in spelling, grammar, and punctuation and capitalizations. The errors in grammars like thanks for your letters. I think the correct is yours because you explain in here is function as you possessive to show the possessive about the who sent the letter. Okay, the correct is thanks for your letter. And the next is I would like to refer on your compliments. Compliments in here I think is there's no word compliments. The right word is compliments, not compliments. And I'm really apologize in here there is use as, but the correct apologize use z. And due to the hour will service, the is determiner and hour is possessive. Determiner and hour like possessive cannot combine. So even when we want to write, we have to choose the or hour, like due to the hour service or due to the rail service. And punctuation in anyway and I think there is a comma after anyway, comma and I think, and then could not be happened as can't be passive. So we have to use it could not be not happened. And I should like to, okay, I think enough. And for the reader's takeaway, I give 3 because the takeaway message is somewhat relevant and clear to many readers of the page. So when we read the letters, the readers can know about the purpose of the text. Okay, after all the score, I will calculation of all of the score. It is a 13 score. 13 score for the our big score it's mean 19.4%. I think enough for my explanation. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.